Welcome, everyone. We're here today with Mihaela Telecan, and she is going to be helping us understand how your nutrition and your lifestyle choices can impact your life for the better in many, many ways. So what brought us to this conversation today is a recent experience I had spending 30 days in a lifestyle experience, I guess you could say, with Mihaela, and I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about that. So welcome, Mihaela. Tell everybody a
Thank
little
you
bit about
so
you.
much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Val, for having me on and for the opportunity to share with your community about the power of food and lifestyle. So, like you said, together we've been on this experience, which is centered around the carnivore diet as the main nutritional therapy that we are focusing everything else around, but it's really a lifestyle change. And in order for us to heal the physical body, we have to understand the role that food and nutrition plays in the physical body, and the power of our beliefs and our mindset. So a little bit about me, where I'm coming from. I'm coming from Romania. From Transylvania, but that's not where I'm coming from with regards to the carnivore experience. With regards to the carnivore experience, I'm coming after many years of nutrition studies, paralleled by personal experimentation, being on a quest to heal my body, but primarily to heal the gut system. So I've been on the entire spectrum of diets. You can call them diets. I don't like the term that, but let's stick with it because it's the easiest one to refer. The easiest way to refer to, from vegan, raw vegan, all the way to carnivore. So kind of like the whole spectrum, 180 degrees. And if my story is worth anything, is the N=1, which if we were to think evidence-based, we usually don't go by N=1. But if we think life outcomes, health outcomes, and how one feels in their own skin and how one gets to know their body, I believe that my story is actually very compelling because I experienced, I know myself, my health and my well-being under the plant-based umbrella for 10 years. And then I know for now 11 years how I feel, look, and perform under the umbrella of animal-based diet or nutritional protocols. And I can tell you and your audience that is 9 today, the way I feel, my health, it's just even difficult to describe, which you probably have an idea because you've played with the animal-based foods for a long time, and even like doing a full month of carnivore. You really only grasp the power of this intervention when you do it and you look back and you evaluate and you just marvel at what it means to feel good. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say from where I'm coming from. So yeah, I would let you ask me some questions maybe so I don't rumble along.
It's okay if you do, because I'm sure that everybody wants to hear from your perspective. But
I definitely want us to talk on the mindset piece, but first we can talk briefly nutrition, whatever you feel like is because you are doing it as well. We are doing it together. We are actually continuing for another 30 days and then maybe another 30 days. I always tell people, when you first start, think of 30 days at a time, because one can do anything for 30 days. And then during the 30 days, you take one day at a time and just think of what they, in fact, it's in line with the very teachings of spirituality is only the present moment. So this helps you be in the present moment. You don't think about the next day, what that's going to be. You just think of how I'm going to do today to nourish my body, to bring my body out in nature, to foster good, positive relationship, to keep my emotional state and my vibrational state, because everything is energy, on a high frequency, positive mindset, so I can experience the best of me.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is this journey, this 30-day journey that we just kind of wrapped up and we're getting ready to springboard into another one. It was really much more about a spiritual and a presence of mind around caring for your body, because that was the hardest. I love animal-based food. So that part, like, I didn't need to be sold on that. Like, eat meat. I don't have to be sold on that. I love meat. But and I don't love vegetables so much, but I my shortcoming personally is boredom, restlessness, sugar cravings. Even though I would say my sugar intake day to day is probably a minute percent compared to the general public. I have very little, but it still keeps that sugar craving going. It keeps that spark alive. And so then you want it the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day, whether it's, honey, or you're putting monk fruit in your tea or whatever. It kind of keeps that pulse beating. But for me, it was very much a realization of facing, who is this person that I am in my mind? Who is my idealized highest self version of me living here now? What does she look like? What does she do? How does she act? What does she eat? And then what am I really doing in my day-to-day life? And it kind of causes you to come head to head with that. And you're saying, I love my body, I treat my body well, I nourish my body. So can that woman be going over and having 3 donuts across the street? Probably not. Not if she wants to feel good. Not if I want to have energy, if I want to sleep well at night, if I want to not have weird cravings during the day, if I want to have a consistent stream of creativity and inspiration and energy to do what I want during the day, if I don't want to wake up sweating in the middle of the night, if I want to have, regular bowel movements, all of those things, if that's who I want to be, it, regardless of pounds and inches and weight, I can't be making those choices that are toxic to my body, basically. So for me, like you said, is a 30-day stretch and you can do anything for 30 days. But, like 2 weeks into it, I'm like, oh my gosh, can I do this for 2 more weeks? Can I discipline myself and my mind and be present with my food and with everything else I'm doing in my day for 30 days? It really is a spiritual experience.
It is. So to summarize what you said, to make sure I understood, and maybe for our listeners, first, we've got to create the identity of who we really truly are, because in essence, we are that already. We have to be able to reconnect to that identity, to have some very, very clear vision as who we are, how we feel, how we act. And then once we have that vision and we see that identity, then we kind of look at where we are right now in relationship with that identity and how can we close the gap. So the first is to connect or reconnect, or whatever either verb is appropriate here. Connect to that identity, connect to the body. So you become intentional. And now you make choices, conscious choices, intentional choices versus unconscious choices that are driven by old belief patterns. So you are right. It's a spiritual experience. In order for us to be able to follow this strict and crazy looked upon way of eating, which if we were to think how our ancestors really, evolved when they were hunters and maybe gatherers wouldn't be as crazy and extreme, but because of what the society considers normal today, it is extreme and crazy. So in order for us to be able to to engage in such powerful change, we have to have the mind on board. And for the mind to be on board, we have to check our belief system. The belief system, and we have beliefs that we adopted. I think you even wrote a post recently, I think, or I don't know, like 0 to 7. We are like sponges. Everything we hear from our loved ones or neighbors or TV or crossing by is like, woo, we all absorb it and we make that as our truth, because in our human nature, we're pure innocence. And because of that innocence, we absorb, and we it's like download programs. We are like sponges, especially the first 7 years of life. And then it even goes to 12, 14, we're still pretty imprintable. So now as adults, we struggle with changes that are benefiting ourselves because we function on old dated programming. So if we were to think that our body is like a computer, and the hardwire is the innocence we come in with, or maybe another ant like last time, I'm always sorry. We've got to be willing to change the program, to clean that, because the hardwire is still good, it's the same, but the programming is faulty. So we check our beliefs, because the beliefs generate thoughts, and thoughts lead to action, and action gives an experience, and the experience reinforces the belief. So we have a vicious cycle that we've got to be aware that it exists and be willing consciously to break it. So the hardest work, if there's any hard work in the embarking on a journey such as the carnivore transformational journey, is the mindset, working on our beliefs, what we consider normal, unlearning, redefining, so then we can elevate. And we really, truly elevate our whole entire life, health and life at all levels.
Yeah. And so it's not, it's not just a matter of coming into this group with you. It's been a group of us that we've met every week on a Zoom, go through our experiences. Mihaela's wonderful with resources and mind, body, and soul, and sharing our experience to stay on track through the month. It's not just coming in and being like, okay, here's a food plan, here's what you're going to eat for the next 30 days, go do it and tell me how you did. It's not like that at all. It's very supportive, immersively, and daily checking in, asking for help, sharing those wins, admitting when we've gotten off track, and just getting our mindset back where we want it to be, not beating ourselves down about it. And so that's really the beauty of the entire thing. And I'm sure, I always think, like, when I look at you, Mihaela, you love working out. You live in Florida, you're on the beach. We see these videos of you doing all these fun things with your son and your family. And you're the kind of person, like, in the past, when I wondered, like, how do I feel great? How do I look great? And, when I had some unsureness, like, I'd look at someone like you and be like, I want to ask that lady, what do you do? Right. This is like, nothing like embarrassing, but like, But truly, we do wonder that, right? And like, what am I doing wrong, or how come I'm not feeling like that? But it's just such a great opportunity to get to work with you, because you found something that works for you, but it doesn't just work for you, it works for a lot of people. And you've been through the journey of trying these different things because you had specific needs in your life that you wanted to solve and make better. And it's not like you're just, had an idea one day, like, oh, I'm going to teach everyone to do this thing. It comes from the heart and from your experience. And so this 30-day immersion is a great opportunity to explore something new, even if it's crazy and extreme, and to really dive in, to have full support with a, trained professional, because you are trained in animal medicine and dietetics and nutrition. You've written a book on it, literally.
Yeah.
So it's such a wonderful opportunity to try that path. And I came into it, you teased at the beginning with premenopause, like women, if you are getting ready to, if you're in this phase of your life. And that spoke to me because I was having some night sweats and some insomnia, among migraines, pain in my body, etc. So that really spoke to me. It's not just for that, but it can make a huge difference for people in that way too.
Absolutely. So to recap a little bit what you said with respect to the program, yes, we have full transparency. We encourage full transparency and compassion towards our sister carnivores and towards ourselves, because is no journey that's perfect journey. It's no straight line journey. It's always, I call them detours in the road. As long as it's a detour and you come back, you keep focused on what you want to do, and you don't bring guilt and shame into the journey, it's a win-win. Every opportunity, it's a learning opportunity. It's a learning to see how your body responds to different foods, to different activities, to different time going to bed or waking up. It's just a deepening, oh wait, how do I say this? It's just getting to know yourself at a deeper level through failing. Is no failure unless you don't learn from it and you keep repeating over and over again. But that goes back to the old beliefs that need to be changed in order not to repeat old patterns, to create new habits. And yes, I would say I invite into this group women that they already learn and study and read the books, but it's just like information that accumulates in our brains and fills up our computers and our bookshelves, but we never really immerse ourselves into one of the topics to fully actualize it, to see what happens if you actually do this thing, not read about it or watch someone else do it. Just do it, push through it, because you do have to push through it. Some days are easy, some days are not so easy. And I have to say, I agree with you. For me, the first 3 weeks, I still had like looking at, cutting fruits for my son or cooking vegetables, because I do happen to love vegetables. I was like salivating and thinking, oh man, I wish I could have some. But I said, no, I want to do this. So after about 3 weeks, everything fell into place. A peace and a calmness around food. No longer thinking, oh, what's my window of eating today? Is my intermittent fasting long enough? Will I end up being hungry later and need a snack? All of it falls into place because now you eat nourishing foods. And from a biological perspective, just like you said, this diet, yes, worked for me and works for many, I could say most, if not all, could and would benefit from this, because by anatomical design and by physiological design, we are meant to thrive on animal food. Plants are like medicine. Plants have compounds from which we extract drugs. So even logically, we should consume plants as medicine. Therefore, we don't eat them, we don't feed ourselves with medicine. If we have to take a medicine or a supplement, we supplement the food. So fundamentally, by anatomy and physiology, we are designed to absorb nutrients very effectively from animal food. So that should be the foundation of what makes us healthy. And our physical body is a reflection of our mind, our thinking pattern and belief, and our choices. What we feed our body ultimately turns into our cells, because the nutrients will get to every single cell of the body and every mitochondria and every Golgi apparatus and everything that we have in our body. And it turns out that animal food provides the nutrients that are most bioavailable. So when you begin to eat only animal food or mostly animal foods, you begin to nourish your body at the cellular level. Once the body is nourished and no longer starving for nutrition, you just reach that peace of calm around food, just like breathing. Sometimes we do breathing exercises on purpose. Want to do a deeper breathing or a box breathing or this breathing, detoxing breathing, whatever. There are many breathing exercises. But by default, we don't obsess over our breathing. It's effortless, it's intuitive. It doesn't suck mental energy. Well, so it goes for food. Eating and breathing are two physiological functions we've got to meet in order for this physical body to exist. And better yet, thrive. So once the body is nourished, cravings go away, obsessive thoughts around food, it's calm. You eat, you eat a good nourishing meal, and next time you realize you need to eat is 6, 7, 8 hours later. And in between, you didn't even have one remote thought about food. Not even the boredom eating comes into place, because now, like you said, you're so creative, you're so grounded, you know so well what you want to do with every moment you have, that you're happy that you don't have to think about cooking, cleaning, chopping, washing dishes, all the things that come with it. Because let's face it, we spend a lot of time with food prep and chopping and cleaning afterwards and so on. So it is liberating. And that's my mission and my passion, to help women reach a point where eating become, and men too. I'm not excluding men, but usually I work with men because they are they are like cause the ripple effect. It's like you throw the pebble, like the woman will bring that to her community. So eating becomes as natural, intuitive, and effortless as breathing. And we realize that our health is our true wealth. Once we have health, we can create wealth. And I know you talk a lot about wealth, and we all want, because then with wealth, with even money comes freedom to buy the foods you want, freedom to travel, freedom to choose where you want to live, etc. So it's all coming together. You begin to live your fullest life expression.
Yeah. Well said. Nice way to kind of wrap it up there. Like it really is, to me, it's a part of that whole abundance mindset. That's what I'm all about. It's just like the holistic wellness picture that you're in: physical wellness, spiritual wellness, mental wellness, financial wellness. And once you get to that vibration of abundance and that highest self, getting closer and closer and closer to that ideal, it all does come together. And what I found over this 30 days, and for me, one of my goals was to reduce dairy. That was like one of my big things, because I had a sneaking suspicion it had an effect on my migraines and my body pain. And I haven't had a migraine since we started this, not this most recent new moon, but the one before that. And I have not had a headache, migraine since that day. And I'm experimenting with my foot pain. I'm trying new things, walking the dogs and stretching that to see how much of that I can push forward also. But I say all that to say, you having 30 plus days of meat, basically, that fog of the plant medicine, the heaviness, the processed foods, the artificial colors, the flavorings, the
The
preservatives,
vegetable
all of
oils.
the oils. Yes, yes. Um, and all of that that goes into so many of the things that we call food now, even the things we think are like natural foods, you know, cheese from the grocery store, cream from the grocery store. There's like 6 ingredients. If you look on the cream at the grocery store, there's like 6 things in there. It's supposed to just be
Right.
cream, right? But it's not.
Right.
But anyway, you do get this like clarity. You find that you have an abundance of time, you have an abundance of energy, you have an abundance of creativity. And it did kind of coincidentally come into my life around the same time I heard about this new financial opportunity that I've been promoting. And everyone's like, "You're so excited about it." And I'm like, I am excited about it, but I also have a really clear mind right now. And I also have a whole lot of energy right now. And so it's just all coming together
Yep.
at the same time, right? So it really is. I would encourage anyone, like you said, if they've ever um, if they're doing plant-based, they've done plant-based or animal-based, and they or even like maybe keto or something like that with an animal focus, and they want to give this a try and see the effects that it can have in their life, that this is just a super supportive, wonderful opportunity to do that um, with a compassionate group of people. So
Yes, I agree. So yes, who probably our listeners will ask, is this for me? How do you know this is for you? First of all, I think I posted yesterday who this is for. This is for you if you're not healthy, if you don't have energy, anything in your physical body is not optimal. Like you said, body aches, migraines, irregular periods, or PMS, or hot flashes if you already are perimenopausal or menopausal, inability to lose weight, feeling sluggish, bloated, uh, all sorts of other GI issues from gastritis to acid reflux to constipation, diarrhea, irritable bowel, Crohn's, all these autoimmune conditions. Like if you heard this word as a diagnosis from your doctor, autoimmunity begins in the gut. The first line of healing has to address the gut. If you want more energy, if you want to build muscle and you think you're not eating enough protein, because to build muscle, you've got to do 2 things: to have enough protein and to stress the muscle with heavy lifting. All of that calls for an experimentation. And especially if you heard about it, you've seen other people doing it, you're kind of curious but also scared. This is it. You take a leap of faith and master your courage, because you can do it for 30 days. You have the support. I'm there to help troubleshoot if like anything, because they are, let's say, if you come from standard American diet, you will have, and even if you come from a clean diet but that's higher in carbohydrates and plants, you will have symptoms of carbs withdrawal and sugar withdrawal. You will have symptoms that come from dumping oxalates. You will have fatigue and other symptoms coming from, in the beginning, from detoxification. So you will go through some healing crisis, but I'm there to help support you. So you don't quit because of a healing crisis, but you know how to navigate it. So you overcome that, and you go into the next phase of healing. And then again, healing is like peeling the layers of the onion. You are healthy at your core, but to get there, you've got to keep peeling layers of sickness, of whatever your body accumulated that needs to let go of. So you let go of things at an emotional level, spiritual level, physical level. It's all the levels. It's really a total body transformation, mind body transformation.
yeah, absolutely. So Well, thank you for, I know you're out with your son today at a swim meet. And
Yeah.
we've been trying to get together in our busy day and to have this conversation because we wanted to bring this to people to give them the opportunity to learn more. So I appreciate you, and I'll let you get back.
Thank you. I hope we will have a few, and I should say that the space is limited to 10 women. And why only 10 women? Because I like to get to know each and every single one of the women, and I like to be able to individualize and customize their approach, to understand why they are doing it, to understand their struggles, and to be able to fully support. So that's all I feel I can properly hold energetically and otherwise. And that's why I welcome up to 10 women. And again, it's not going to be, you're not going to have to listen unless I would provide resources. Oh, uh-oh. What do I do here? Wait, no, I got a phone call. I'm like, oh, what do I do here? So I provide resources in your free time. You're welcome to go and read. Like if you want to learn more about carnivore, about detox, about fasting, whatever that is, I will provide the resources, but I will not fill up your time with book knowledge so you don't have time to focus on implement. It's immersion, is implementation. That's it. If you're ready to take action, this is it. This is the program.
Absolutely. So, if you're listening and you're curious, I'm going to put the links in the descriptions here.
Yes.
You can connect with Mihaela, and
any questions, I'm happy to answer any additional questions.
All right. And we hope that, if it's for you, that you come join us and challenge yourself to this. You will be thankful that you went through this process. You're very proud. I'm very proud of myself, and I'm excited to do another 30 days and see what else can happen.
To witness our own transformation.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's actually fun.
It is fun. It is fun, and it's good stuff.
Thank you so much, Val. Have a beautiful rest of the day, and
day.